This is today's project. It's a 79 Ford F150 Custom with a tool body on it. Don't think I've ever seen a 150 that had a utility body. It's going to be a challenge because it is surrounded by stuff. No, that's a bad sign. No gas cap. No air in that tire. Just full of stuff. Oh, there's a plate on it. 99. Wow. Okay, this has been here a long time. A long time. That tire is also flat. Front tire's flat. Let's see if I can get inside. Oh, there's a toolbox in the way that I'm gonna have to move. But inside, the bench seat's in amazing condition. It's dirty, but it's in amazing condition. It's an automatic. Headliner's coming down. Look at how long this has been here. It is just sunk in the mud. It's actually on a little bit of a hill. And it's flipping over and slipping down the hill. This side's better. I wonder if I can get this door open. Oh, man. Yep, door opens. Some speaker mounted in the dash. Glove box is open. It doesn't look like there's anything in there except maybe a mouse house. Well, there's some tire sealer. Could certainly use that. There's a small come along. But this seat's amazing. Really amazing. There's a set of plugs on the floor. That's not so great. I wonder if there's anything in these boxes. Oh yeah, wow-wee. Are you kidding me? Is this thing full of stuff? This certainly is. It's got pipe tools. It's got wiring tools. Wiring connectors. Wow. Wow, how about this one? Hold on 1 sec, I'm gonna get this down. CB radio. More electrical stuff. Screwdrivers. Wow. Pretty crazy. An old Craftsman drill. Battery operated. 18 volts, I mean, that doesn't sound that old. Wow. Very cool. This truck was clearly used by an electrician. Those pipes there are for an electrician for running wires through. Well, there's a lot of hornet's nests in here. Wow. Looks like this tool body was once yellow. Yeah, look at that. There's a meter, electric meter. Type FA transmission fluid. I've never heard of that. I gotta read this bottle. FA. Huh. That's interesting, and it's not empty. Okay. That may indicate something about the transmission. It may not. This one, oh, it does open. Oh yeah. Yeah, so that's all electrical piping. Old seal test drink containers. Old school flashlight. Very cool. Very cool. Let's see if I can get the hood open. Oh, there's a chrome bumper up front. It's pretty new. Help prevents accidents. Well, that's interesting. Giving them solo today. Hopefully I won't have an accident. Not the greatest news on the here. The hood wasn't even latched. And the carburetor is no air filter and wide open. Not good. Not good. 23, 24 years of that. Can't be good. Let's see if this is stuck. Oh yeah. Yeah, the carburetor was actually stuck, which means there's some rust inside of it. Let me see if the engine is stuck. I'm gonna put my phone here and hopefully you can see that. Yeah, the engine's stuck. The engine is stuck, unfortunately. This hood's pretty rusted. The grill's nice, the bumper's nice. Basically, on the crankshaft there is this pulley. And what you try to do is just put a plumber's wrench around the pulley and pull. And when I tried that, it was stuck, but with a lot of pulling power, it did free up. So the engine was starting to get seized up, but it had more of what's called ringridge. The piston were starting to seize or rust to the cylinder walls. But I caught it early enough and I was able to break it free. So that's a huge plus. Because I know this thing has some ringridge, I'm going to pull out all the plugs, but instead of filling the cylinders with mystery oil because it's not stuck, I'm going to actually try this stuff. I used this in my last video as well in the cylinder. I'm going to squirt some of this in each cylinder and just give it some lube so that if there's any ringridge in there, it won't scratch anything. This will be a whole lot easier to clean up as far as starting goes than mystery oil. It's super slippery, but it doesn't have the viscosity of mystery oil, so it'll be a lot easier to burn off. So I'm going to do that next. First plug looks decent. Pretty fouled from carbon, but pretty decent as well. I expected worse. The next one on the driver's side is even better. Really, really good. Just a little bit fouled, but nothing big. So what I'm doing is putting this stuff down the spark plug hole. Not a lot of it, a few seconds worth. And I think that that's going to lube things up just enough so there's no scratching taking place without filling it all up with mystery oil. We'll see. So all of the plugs were the same. They were all fine, just a little dirty. I cleaned them up. They gapped maybe a little wide, but okay. I'm not sure what Ford Duraspark has for a gap, but not bad. But there's something really good that I noticed that I want to show you. As I was doing the plugs on this side, look at that starter. I mean, it can't be, it must have been put in months before this truck was parked. It's just not, it just hasn't been through that much weather. So that's awesome news. There's two things that usually get me with these rescues: the starter and the carb. This carb's going to be trouble. I can already tell looking at it. But that starter doesn't look like it's going to be a problem at all. I haven't spun it over yet, so I'm going to check a few fluids, and then I'm going to do exactly that. Let's see how this oil is. Oh wow, not bad. Not great, but not bad. No evidence of water. I know you can't see it very well on the phone. I have to take my word for it. No evidence of water. It's not super dirty, so I don't expect a lot of sludge. So that's great news. On to the transmission next. All right, transmission. Ew, not good. Looks more like oil than it does transmission fluid. Let me smell it. Nah, not that great. Not that great. I mean, it's got a slight red color to it, but not that great. So I checked it again, and it's way better. Way better. It's got a lot more red to it. It's still not nice, but it's not as shot as I thought it was. Must have just been gunk on the stick itself. So that's encouraging. All right, battery's in, cleaning up the cables. It's actually got a black where black should be and a red where red should be. That's got to be a good sign. Although, I spoke too soon. It's a red cable with a black terminal end on it. I can live with that. I can definitely live with that. All right, let's do the spark test. No spark, that's good. So nothing's drawing. That's good. Don't know if there's a key in this thing. I probably should check, so let me do that. This is as good a time as any to show you the inside, since I'm looking for the key. It doesn't stink in here, so I don't think there was anything living in here. It's got the original radio, no AC. Wow, this steering wheel is in good shape. Really good shape. I think this truck was really cared for. I really do. Not sure what's up with the wiper switch. There is no key in it, unfortunately. That's a bummer. I'll see if I can pick the lock. But if I can't, these Fords are so easy to hot wire that I'll just do that. All kinds of electrical tape and stuff on the dash. The dash is pretty bad. But I've seen worse. If you've seen my GMC video, you've seen worse too. There's nothing in the glove box. Nothing in the ashtray. At least it looks like a key. Do I dare move this stuff? Whoa, whoa, wow, the horn works. That scared me. Yeah, that scared me. But the horn works. That is super cool. Super cool. It's been a while since I've had one of these where the horn worked. Okay, no key. I'm not going to mess around with it. I'm just going to hot wire it. All right. Let's see if it'll turn over. Yep, turns over just fine. Now I've got to hook up ignition. I think I have the ignition hot wired. I'm going to give it a try, see if it kicks over at all. Come on. Well, the fuel pump works because I disconnected the line. And it's starting to pump the crappy gas, so I'm going to have to put a cup over that but no ignition yet, so I guess I don't have it right. All right, I figured how to hot wire this thing thanks to a video on YouTube. Without the key, you actually need 2 wires on a door spark. You need plus going to the red wire into the module, and then you need plus going to the positive side of the coil. So I just nicked the wire there and put 12 volts on both. I turned it over, I got spark at the spark checker, but I have to disconnect the fuel line to the fuel pump because it's pumping bad gas. And then I'm going to see if this thing will start. This is pretty exciting. Actually going to see if this thing kicks over. Put some fuel in the bowls. A little bit, not too much. I mean, technically, it should fire. It's got spark. Let's see. Yeah! Yes! Yeah! Yes! It fired. Okay, I'm going to hook up a fuel line and we're going to try this again, see if we can get it to keep running. All right, I'm going to try it again. I've got my funnel fuel line hooked up and going to put some more in the bowls. Fill them up good this time. I've got the fuel pump is connected, so this ought to keep running hopefully once it fires, but maybe not. We'll see. Here goes nothing. I gotta hook the battery up. Okay, got a gas leak at the gas filter. These gas filters here, this is why I hate them. This thing is leaking all over the place. It's probably loosened up over time, just sitting here. They're just horrible. If you have one of these type of gas filters in your car, take it out. All right, new gas filter is in place. Let's see if it'll fire now. There goes nothing. Yeah, it's running. It's running. Okay, I'm gonna hook up a better fuel supply next. Got a real fuel supply set up now. So it should pump. Yeah, the gas has filter in it. The filter has gas in it. I'm getting tired and it's getting dark. Oh, lost my spark and I see why. This wire came off. Try that again. Still no spark. What happened? What happened? Okay, I see why. My Mickey Mouse wiring giving me trouble. There No, it doesn't, but it's got an oil light. We know it went in gear. We'll have to check that. Lights look like they work. Let's check that. Oh yeah. Yeah, they're working. Let's check the back. We already know the horn works. Oh, look at that. Look at that. How cool does that look? It's getting dark out, so it looks even better. Wow. Sounds pretty good. I'm gonna have to put some coolant in it in a minute. Don't want it to get too hot. A little bit of a lifter tick, but nothing bad. I think that will go away the more it runs. Let's see if it's charging. Get a reading with my gauge for some reason. Oh, I know why. I know why. Hold on. Alright, let's try now. Doesn't appear to be charging. Bummer. Bummer. It's the only thing wrong so far. I'm going to fire this back up and check the transmission. I've just put some coolant in it. I know it's getting dark, so it's kind of hard to see. Unbelievable. I didn't even prime it. Unbelievable. It's got plenty in it. Plenty. It's full. So let's see if it goes into gear. I'm going to try reverse first. Probably has no brakes. Doesn't appear to want to go into gear. Huh. Well, that's a bummer. Not sure what's... this shifter's kind of messed up. Wonder if there's a linkage problem. Maybe. Well, that would be a major bummer if the transmission was bad. But sure runs good. Runs really good. Listen to that. Unreal. I mean, I haven't touched it. I haven't tuned it. I haven't done anything. Crazy. Hot wired ignition. Unreal, really. No blow by. It's just see if the thermostat's opened up. Yeah, it seems to have. Yeah, it has. It has. Awesome. Unbelievably awesome. All right, let me do a few more things here and I'll get back to you. Let's fire this up again. It's very dark now, so I apologize for the bad camera light. I've got to put the phone down for a sec while I crank it over. Listen to that. Unreal. It fires right up. Right up. Okay, I'm going to check this transmission one more time. Yeah, there's plenty on the stick. Plenty. So perhaps it wouldn't go into gear because well, it was going into gear and I couldn't tell because the tires are all flat. So let's try that. I'll try not to kill myself this time. Coming over here. 3 of the tires took air. The right front has a chock block in front of it, and I guess over the years the chock block cut a hole in the tire. So that one's not going to come up, but the rears are up. So maybe now we might get something. Nothing. That should be neutral. I mean, maybe that's why this thing got parked. There is just nothing there. I don't want to keep messing with it, but nothing. Huh. Okay. That's very, very odd, but you know, when a transmission's burned out, that's how it behaves. Sounds good back here. Frame is good. This body is good. All right. I mean, no issues whatsoever. It's crazy. Other than this transmission and this tire. This is a really cool truck with this tool body on it. All the doors on the tool body open and close. Unreal. The air filter element is, the air filter housing is nowhere to be found. So I found this hard hat in the pile of junk here. And I closed up the choke and put that on. So that'll work pretty well. This is the pile I found it in. So that'll take care of that. Now I've got some other stuff to clean up. Okay, now I have to try to get my way out of here in the dark. Not too fun. I've fallen over this stuff 2 or 3 times already. Okay, looks like I made it. Have a good night, everyone. It's 3 weeks later and I'm back. You can see that it's a lot nicer around here. The truck is, all the junk's getting cleaned out, which is why this truck needs to get out of here. Today, my goal is to change the ignition switch and get this thing to be running off the switch and see if I can figure out what's up with the transmission. This is what the truck looks like in the bright light and when it's not surrounded by junk. It's a pretty cool truck. Didn't notice this. the other night when I was here. Trenton, Tennessee. F150 Motor Company. How cool is that? Wow. This is an overall neat work truck. Really neat. It's so much easier to walk around now that all the junk's removed. Nice bumper. Oh, look at that. F150 Motor Company on the bumper. Trenton, Tennessee. Huh. So the dealer that sold this also had a custom bumper made for it. Neat. Very neat. So let's move on to the ignition switch. It's super easy to get an ignition switch out of these old Fords. You see these grooves here? There's a tool that you put over it and just spin. But I don't have a tool, so what I did is I used a screwdriver and I just pushed up on it. I've had this loose already, but that was the last time I was here. Whoops, that was the last time I was here. So looks like I'm gonna have to get a little hammer and just tap around it and just spin this. Ordinarily the tool would just grab them and spin it easily. So that's what I'm gonna do next. So this is it when it's out. This is what holds it in. Just spins on there. This is the new one. I don't really need the ignition switch, I just need the lock cylinder. But I don't quite know how to get this out. I've had a little trouble getting the lock cylinder actually in. It doesn't go all the way in, and I'm afraid it's going to jam. So I'm not going to put it in right now, and I'm just going to use a screwdriver. Last thing I want to do is get this new switch jammed up, because obviously I don't have any other option right now to get this thing going, but and that would stop me cold. Last time I was here, because I didn't have the ignition switch, I had to hot wire the DuraSpark module. I don't have to do that now, so I'm just going to plug it back in. Okay, so let's hook this up. There's no spark, which I would expect. The key is off. But when the key is on, I should now start getting lights on the dash and all that stuff that you don't get on the Ford when the ignition switch is disconnected. So let's see. That looks good. I'm still not seeing like the gauges engage. Not sure what's up with that, but we'll check that in a sec. This thing has got to go. Two seconds of work, and it saved me 5 minutes of walking around it all this time. All right, let's see if this girl will fire. It should. It was running 3 weeks ago. Put a little in the bowls. right, so she's being a little temperamental. It could be that the float is stuck open and it's just getting a little too much fuel. So we'll try that, see if that fixes it. I'm also going to turn the idle up just a hair so I can get out here and play with it if I need to. Whoa, that is stuck. Maybe I won't. That is stuck. Yeah, this carb linkage is a little messed up. I'm going to have to play with it. I'm going to try adjusting the mixture. See if I can lean it out a little bit. It's a little better. Yeah, it's getting better. Yeah, that's much better. Alright, I just put some transmission fluid in it. It doesn't need any, honestly. I overfilled it by putting in a quart of fresh Type F. But the fluid it's a terrible color. It almost looks like there might be water in it. So I'll try it as a latch-dis effort to see if this thing goes into gear. It does not go into gear. So unless this linkage is messed up, this truck needs a transmission. It's really hard for me to check by myself, but I'll do my best. I'm going to shut this down now. It is charging, I checked that, which is nice. So the linkage, see that right there, that rod? That's the linkage from the column shifter. And it goes down, I don't know that you can see that, but it goes down to the side of the transmission. And it looks to me like it's working. Hooked up, I really should say. There's not much to work here except it being hooked up. Yeah, it is. Bummer. Major bummer. Well, that wraps it up for this truck. I'm going to button it back up. Really unfortunate the transmission's gone. Nothing I could do to get it to work. It's full. The linkage is working. I don't know what's going to happen to this since the transmission's gone. I don't know what the owner has planned for it. I have a sneaky suspicion, like the scrap around here, that it's going to get scrapped, which would be a shame. I mean, these old trucks with tool bodies, they don't come around too often. Hey, hope you enjoyed the video, everybody. I'm heading back through the beautiful Tennessee countryside. Thank you all for watching. Thank you for your support. You guys are all fantastic. Subscribe if you haven't. Got some good ones coming up as usual. Just want to say I appreciate you. Have a good day.